If you're going for a burger, why not get some botox while you're at it? In Brooklyn, you can do just that. Kelly Agnes and her business partner Ray Martinez opened South Brooklyn Foundry in 2018 with a dream of serving good food to hungry Brooklynites. But they are struggling to fill the dining room, despite it being small, and their $30 hamburgers aren't as popular as expected. While Kelly runs the front of house, Chef Ray is busy in the kitchen. But when they come together, communication is a problem.
Can we do it to go, Ray, right now?
Kelly has invested her life savings into the business and piled up $120,000 of debt in her name, while Ray didn't invest any of his money into the restaurant, but makes $70,000 a year in salary.
I can't even get into the bank account because he's got control of it. I asked you to come to the bank with me to
It's right there. We can go anytime.
When Gordon visits in 2023, South Brooklyn Foundry has been open for 5 years in a competitive area, known for its diverse dining options. Chef Ramsay isn't sure where to find the restaurant, as the exterior isn't clearly a restaurant. When he walks through the door, he has another shock. It's tiny. Kelly greets him as he sits down and tells him that the 35-seater room can squeeze in up to 50 diners by adding extra tables, which they must do when she hosts her drag shows. Gordon is surprised to hear that she hosts a number of events, including botox parties. He's sorry he missed them, but says that his lined forehead shows character. He does have one more question, though.
Do you inject the Botox?
No.
Okay,
great.
Professional. Thank God for that.
The server, who has a noticeably unlined brow, takes Ramsay's order, including one of the burgers the restaurant is known for. But when he puts the ticket through, Kelly realizes he hasn't asked how Chef Ramsay would like his burger cooked. She takes over to clear up the issue and tells Ray that the order is for Gordon. Ray tells her every customer is a VIP. Kelly doesn't look happy.
Why is Kelly looking so upset? What's wrong with her? Is she okay?
That's her resting bitch face.
That is a resting bitch face.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Kelly's clearly feeling the pressure. Ray, on the other hand, takes his time to get Gordon's order ready, despite only having 8 tables. The server tries to hurry him, with no success. When the first dish finally arrives, it's disappointing. The organic spare ribs are cold inside, which is hard to understand after such a long wait. Next up is the bucatini. The small pasta dish comes with 2 meatballs and is priced at $28, which Chef Ramsay feels is way too high. Finally, it's the famous $30 burger, which is 50-50 Wagyu and grass-fed Angus. For that price, Gordon's expecting something exceptional.
It's okay. It's under seasoned. It's somewhat bland. It's just not good enough.
Paying $30 for an average burger in an uninspiring dining room leaves Ramsay unimpressed. It's time to talk to the owners. He greets Ray and tells him that the food was mediocre, the wait times are too long, and the prices are way too high. Ray blames Kelly for the pricing, and she explains that she's in so much debt that it's her way of raising the restaurant's income. Gordon doesn't understand why the debt is all in Kelly's name, as he was told it was a 50-50 partnership. But Ray is clear that despite Kelly starting the business with a $25,000 lump sum, he has made his own investment.
The concept was mine, the recipes were mine, and I felt like that was equal or more to someone just putting in cash.
Ramsay is astonished to hear that Ray not only takes a $70,000 wage without burdening any of the debt, he also has another business, a pizzeria where he spends much of his time. He tells Gordon he still works 50 hours a week at South Brooklyn Foundry, but Kelly says that only started when she applied to be on the show. Kelly's been paying her sous chef Danny for 70 hours a week to cover his absence. Ramsay feels they've called him in to clean up this financial mess, but Ray quickly points out that he didn't want Gordon to come, and he's not on board with the process. Chef Ramsay feels Ray has no right to be calling the shots when he's not invested in the business, but the owner fires back that when Kelly made the decisions, they made a loss, and when he took over, they're back in the black. Kelly can no longer access the bank account, so she doesn't know if that's true. Gordon is horrified that she has so little control over her financial situation, and that the relationship between the two is so toxic. When Ray shows lack of commitment, Kelly is just terrified of losing everything. When Gordon leaves, she shares her situation with the staff and apologizes for her bad moods. The team is shocked, sympathetic, and concerned about their troubled boss. The next day, Gordon's ready to observe a dinner service. Kelly brings the front of house team together, and Ray is confident that the kitchen will run smoothly. Gordon arrives and goes back to see how the line works. Ray admits that he usually controls the main kitchen himself, with sous chef Danny working tabletop fryers around the corner. Food is hitting the dining room, but when Kelly asks Ray for updates on some of the tables, he ignores her completely. Kelly walks out, and Gordon follows her, telling her that she deserves to have her voice in the restaurant. Out front, customers are leaving without eating as the food has taken too long, and Kelly has been unable to give them an update. She asks Ray whether he can box the food to go, but his only response is a curse word. More customers are complaining about long waits, and Ray is still unresponsive. When a burger is sent back because it's overcooked, Ray doesn't care, and Kelly is forced to take it off the bill, and that's profit that is going straight into the trash. The server comments that on nights Danny cooks, food doesn't get sent back. Gordon watches Ray prepare the next burger, which is once again overcooked. Ray tries to blame Chef Ramsay for distracting him, but Gordon watched him remove it from the grill. Ray laughs. Gordon doesn't. The head chef is unapologetic and still believes his food is good. Another diner sends her burger back as it's too big and it's undercooked. Yet again, Ray fails to apologize for his mistake, proving to Gordon that he doesn't care. He's giving 50% commitment at best. Chef Ramsay talks privately with Kelly, telling her that Ray is disrespectful and taking advantage of her. Gordon wants her to make a tough decision and take back control of her investment. After service, he pulls the owners together and tells them they are in crisis. Kelly offers to take over the business and the debt if Ray walks away. In response, he asks if she would walk away if the debt was passed over to him. She tells her partner she wouldn't because she has put blood, sweat, and tears into the business, and he hadn't even put money in when the debt started to mount. Ray remains emotionless, and Gordon can't understand his attitude.
We're on our ass! You're robbing her!
Yes, chef.
When Kelly tearfully shares her fear that Ray will empty the bank account, he finally agrees to leave the business. He slowly walks out the door, which Gordon slams behind him. Chef Ramsay tells Kelly it's time to start again and calls a staff meeting. He tells them that Ray has left and he needs their commitment to turn the business around. They all agree to stay, except sous chef Danny, who announces that he won't get stuck in the middle and quits. Gordon doesn't feel the need to beg him to stay. The rest of the staff head home, allowing Chef Ramsay's team to renovate the restaurant overnight. The next morning, Gordon meets Kelly downtown to put together a business plan, as well as loaning members of his New York restaurant's kitchen team to the Foundry. He introduces Kelly to a business consultant who will advise and support her on management and financial efficiency, starting today. Back at the restaurant, it's time for the team to see the new dining room. The tightly packed tables have been replaced with high tops, and the wooden bar is now finished with wrought iron. The changes have allowed an extra 9 seats to be added, and the sunflower window decor has been updated with a cleaner, more modern alternative. Gordon has also revamped the menu, with dishes designed to be turned around quickly. A tearful Kelly loves the new food, which includes improved versions of the bucatini and burger they're known for, now priced at a more reasonable $24. Kelly gratefully thanks Gordon's borrowed chefs and her own team for their support. She is excited to relaunch her restaurant with their help. Customers start to arrive, including a well-known food blogger, who Gordon greets personally.
Jessica, welcome. Hi. Hey, how are you? You good? Nice to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Introduce me to your dad.
It turns out that was her husband, not father. Food leaves the kitchen quickly, and the diners are enjoying it. But before long, dishes are delivered to the wrong tables. The kitchen is running well, but the servers are making mistakes, and a frustrated Kelly is feeling overwhelmed. When a table is left missing an entree, Ramsay checks the ticket and realizes it was never written down. Instead of running the team efficiently, Kelly is running food and bussing tables. Gordon reminds her to be the owner and take control, which she quickly does, turning the evening around. The customers love the food, and the evening is a success. Chef Ramsay feels that the new systems and layout caused the bumpy start, and as the team gets more familiar with them, service will get better. Kelly is excited to see what comes next, and Gordon is hopeful that she will turn it around. He's convinced she will be better off running the business without her ex-partner, and hopes her investment will pay off. At the end of the episode, they announce that 2 months later, Ray has returned with a new commitment to the business. Kelly is happy and feels positive about the future. Gordon visited South Brooklyn Foundry in June 2023, and the episode aired 5 months later in November of that year. Chef Ramsay's team was on site for 18 days, though much of that seems to have been pre-production. But Kelly felt that that was too long, and negatively affected the restaurant's finances before they had even reopened. When the episode ended, we were told that Kelly and Ray had reunited to run the business together. But it seems that wasn't strictly true. Ray walked away as soon as production of the show was finished, leaving Kelly on her own. Reviews immediately after Gordon's visit are mixed. Some diners enjoyed great food and service, while others were disappointed by average food, overly loud music, and long wait times, even just for drinks to arrive. The difference in customer experiences could be due to the wide range of events that Kelly held at the restaurant, along with quieter trivia quizzes and paint and sip nights for aspiring artists. The restaurant hosted drag and burlesque shows, live music, and bottomless brunches to draw in more of a party crowd. Overall, the South Brooklyn Foundry achieved a 4.3 out of 5 score on Yelp, which is pretty respectable. Soon after Gordon's visit, Kelly reverted back to the old menu and pricing, as she felt his changes weren't helping the struggling business. But the old ways didn't work either, and in June 2024, a year after Gordon's visit, the restaurant closed for good. Kelly was clear who was to blame for the failure of the business, and once again, it wasn't her partner Ray, it was Gordon. In the year before they applied to be on the show, the South Brooklyn Foundry owners had a tough run of luck. As well as taking a hit from the pandemic closures, the business was literally hit by an out-of-control car.
Restaurant owner Agnes Kelly nearly brought to tears watching this video of what's left of her restaurant's outdoor dining area after police say a car hit it and took off Sunday morning.
While the outdoor seating area was only small, it was a valuable addition to the tiny restaurant space, and they felt the financial loss. So when they saw an advertisement for a kitchen renovation show, they jumped at the chance, not knowing it was Kitchen Nightmares. When they discovered what the show really was, Ray wanted to pull out, but it was too late. That might explain why he wasn't on board. They both went on to regret taking part in the show once it aired, but each for very different reasons. Ray received an outpouring of hate online from viewers horrified by Kelly's debt and Ray's indifference. In an interview, Ray wished he had kept his cool, as blowing up at Kelly made him look like the bad guy and fed into the drama. Viewers were quick to label him a bully and pointed out that as well as Kelly being afraid to confront him over fair finances, the sous chef Danny appeared too terrified of him to accept the role of head chef when he walked away. When Kelly accepted Ray back into the business at the end of the episode, many viewers thought it felt like an abusive relationship. Sadly, that's something Kelly knows about. She describes herself as a survivor and hosted benefits at the restaurant raising money for Beauty Beyond the Pieces, a domestic violence awareness charity. Ray received such bad press after the episode aired that he stayed away from social media, and we haven't been able to track him down. Though one viewer did, and was told that he only returned briefly to the restaurant because they begged. I can't imagine Gordon did. Gordon didn't escape criticism himself in this episode, following an interaction with an influencer's husband. Chef Ramsay referred to him as her dad, which didn't land well as a joke, making everyone feel awkward. While American viewers were shocked at his rudeness, his fellow Brits defended him, as it's a common way to compliment a woman in the UK, supposedly. Others questioned his shock at a $30 burger, though even his most expensive burger restaurant only charges $27, and most come in under $20. Local residents were full of praise for the friendly celebrity chef, though, as he took time out from filming to greet them. One devoted fan even took her KitchenAid food mixer down to the restaurant for Gordon to sign, which he did.
How are you? You good? So I didn't know you were waiting.
No, it's okay.
Sorry. No one told me.
It's okay. How are you?
When the restaurant closed in June 2024, there was some confusion about what Kelly planned to do next. Initial reports suggested that she was moving the restaurant to a new area, which seemed to be confirmed on her social media. But the articles then issued clarifications that this wasn't the case, and she isn't reported to have opened another eatery. Her LinkedIn profile shows her last role as owner of South Brooklyn Foundry, and her social media describes her as a digital creator. She's clearly proud of her time at the restaurant, as a picture of the busy dining room is still her Facebook background image. Kelly posts lots of photos with her friends online, and is clearly having a great time partying and traveling. We're glad to see she's so happy, and wish her lots of luck with her next business venture, whatever that may be. The South Brooklyn Foundry building appears to be empty today, though their signage was still in place months after closing. We're sorry that Gordon couldn't save the restaurant, and hope the loyal staff all found great jobs when it closed.